You ever look at your paycheck and think, okay, I should be doing better by now? Like, you're not reckless. You're not partying every weekend. You're not blowing money on ridiculous stuff. And yet, your net worth isn't moving. You're older, supposedly wiser, earning more than you did in your 20s. But somehow, building real wealth still feels just out of reach. If that moment hits a little too close to home, yeah, this video is about you. Here's the thing. I spend way too much time thinking about the expenses quietly destroying people's wealth after age 30. And if you're someone who earns money, pays bills, lives responsibly, but still feels financially stuck, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Because today, we're talking about 4 expenses that don't look dangerous, but absolutely are. They're subtle. They feel normal. And that's exactly why they're so destructive. Look, your 20s are chaotic. No one expects you to have it figured out. But after 30, your financial habits stop being temporary and start becoming permanent. According to data from the Federal Reserve, the biggest difference in long-term net worth isn't income. It's how well people control fixed expenses. And here's a stat that should worry you. More than 60% of adults in their 30s and 40s have less than 3 months of expenses saved, even though they earn more than ever before. This is where it gets really interesting. The problem isn't how much you make. It's what your money is quietly locked into. The first expense is housing. This one is socially celebrated. It looks responsible. It feels like progress. But here's what most people don't realize. Housing is the biggest wealth killer after age 30. Not because housing is bad, but because people overspend relative to their future freedom. Now, you might be thinking, rent is expensive everywhere, and buying is an investment, right? Sometimes. Let's do simple math. If you upgrade to a place that costs just $500 more per month, that's $6,000 per year. Over 10 years, that's $60,000 gone. And if that same $500 had been invested monthly at a modest 8% return, you're looking at well over $90,000 in lost future wealth. Psychologically, housing represents status, safety, and the feeling of, I've made it. But wealth doesn't care how things look. It cares about flexibility. The better question isn't, can I afford this place? It's, does this place slow down my future freedom? The second expense is car payments. This one hurts because it's completely normalized. According to Experian, the average car payment is now over $700 per month. That's not transportation. That's a lifestyle subscription. A $700 payment over 5 years is $42,000 on something that loses value the moment you drive it off the lot. Meanwhile, that same $700 invested monthly could quietly grow into 6 figures over time. Now, you might be thinking, I need a reliable car. Absolutely. But reliable does not mean expensive. This expense is driven by identity. Cars become proof of success, adulthood, or progress. But here's the truth. Debt screams. Wealth whispers. If it has wheels and interest attached, boring is your friend. The third expense is lifestyle leakage. Subscriptions, apps, streaming services, food delivery, small conveniences that don't feel like spending. Individually, they seem harmless. Together, they're brutal. A study by C+R Research found that people underestimate their subscription spending by nearly 200%. Let's say all of this adds up to $350 per month. That's $4,200 per year. Over 10 years, that's $42,000, not including investment growth. Here's what most people don't realize. These expenses don't hurt because they're big. They hurt because they train your brain to trade money for comfort instead of progress. Convenience becomes a habit. Habits become identity. Once a year, cancel aggressively. Then re-add only what truly improves your life. The fourth expense is the most dangerous one. Status spending. Clothes you don't need. Gadgets that barely improve your life. Vacations you feel pressure to take. Keeping up with people you don't even feel connected to. This expense doesn't just cost money. It costs mental energy and future flexibility. Social comparison fuels it. Social media accelerates it. Everyone looks ahead. No one looks behind. Now you might be thinking, So I'm just supposed to never enjoy life? No, you're supposed to enjoy life on your terms, not someone else's highlight reel. Before any big purchase, ask yourself, does this buy me freedom or just approval? Here's the bigger picture. Each of these expenses feels reasonable on its own, but together, they quietly cap your wealth. They raise fixed costs. They reduce flexibility. They trap future income. Wealth grows in the space between income and obligation. I've seen people in their late 30s earning great money and still constantly stressed. And I've seen people earning less, but with low fixed expenses and automated investing, sleeping just fine. Same world, different expense structure. So what do you do instead? First, cap your fixed expenses. Housing and cars should never own your future. Second, automate wealth before lifestyle. If it's not automatic, it won't happen consistently. Third, buy time, not stuff. Time freedom compounds. Stuff depreciates. And finally, design your life first. Then let money support that design, not the other way around. Here's the truth. Most people don't lose wealth from one big mistake. They lose it from thousands of quiet decisions that felt normal. After 30, money stops being about survival. It becomes about design. And once you see these quiet leaks, you can finally start closing them. If this video helped you see your expenses differently, like the video, subscribe for more wealth psychology and lifestyle design content, and comment below which expense hit you the hardest and what you're changing first. Because the fastest way to build wealth isn't earning more, it's stopping the quiet leaks.